Hi YouTube, if you're there. Oh man, I'm still at a high CPU rate. I'm waiting for the signal to get over to Facebook, and then I can start playing the music and start this thing. What is going on? So it's still at 100%. The CPU is cranking along, about to explode things, and I don't know why. Again, my volume seems so loud, so loud. I have to go turn it down. It just looks ridiculous, like at least for my microphone. No, it's low. I don't know. Something's really whacked, because what I'm seeing here is like everything's off the charts. The CPU's at 100%. I'm just gonna look at level things here. No, everything's normal. I don't know what the heck's going on. I don't know how it's occurring to you guys. Let's find out. Let's go to the videotape. There's Irma. Sarah says it sounds great, but I don't know. I'm just having technical difficulties. I know. We normally don't do that kind of thing here. All right, I just can't look at anything. As long as I'm just going to have to live in denial. But I can't, right now what's happening also is I can't see your comments or anything over here. I'm going to try again. Hang with me, will you? You've done great so far. All right. No, music is too loud. Right. I don't know why that is, but it's coming through like crazy. And oh, now you're going to call Leanne in. Hey, Bob, hey, look, he's crashing and burning. Get in here quick. Oh, great. And she came right in, too. Hi, Leanne. Bing, 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 bing. So, okay, well, I don't know what, I don't know. Yeah, we're back. We're back. Oh, I said fine. Everything looked and sounded great. Okay, well, anyway, it looks like I've got stuttering stream. I'm at 100% on my CPU. I have no idea why that's happening. I restarted everything. It shouldn't be happening. I don't have a solution, and I'll have to come up with one because I can't continue to operate in this fashion. I could do the simplest version of the broadcast with none of the stuff, but I know I need to solve this problem. But oh my God, it's about to catch on fire, I think. Hi, Dina. All right, well, let me see if I can. God, I can't look at it. Looks like I am everything I do, no matter what. It looks like the level is just going through the roof. All right, that helped it a little bit. So it's Tuesday, Tech Tuesday. So now I know that Tech Tuesday doesn't just mean we're going to talk about tech. It's just that tech's going to be what's talked about because it's going to make itself known. Look who's here, everybody. It's Melanie. Oh, that's right. I have to reset up to share your comments. Sorry. I kind of rushed this, but what are you going to do? You know, I was trying my best. Boy, oh boy. I don't know if I can do this. I don't think I can do this because I didn't set the show up in the same way. So I don't know what's happening, but I'm just really glad to be here. Hi, Cheryl. Okay. Yes, let's breathe. Let's all breathe together. Hold on. This is a visual aid. Okay. Breathe. I was hoping that the computer would breathe as well and calm its jets, as it were, but no, it's still going crazy. Shift my emotion. All right, that's some advice from Rockin' Raven. So here we go. Here's what it looks like. I'm about to shift my emotion, so watch carefully. See if you can see it happen. See if I can finish a sentence. All right, now watch. Okay, well, that was obvious. So I guess, yes, you can see it. Is what upside down? Oh, shift my emoticon. No, emotion. What? Ugh. You know, I just did an interview, a perfectly coherent interview. like an hour long. Law of attraction, I completed sentences, everything worked, CPU was just fine. And now, when I come to where it's like, okay, good, now I can relax, it's just the Bob Doyle Show. And I mean that in the most loving way possible, obviously. But yeah, then it decides to be weird. All right, now the stream isn't flashing, but we're still at 95, 99%. I'm going to stop talking about it. I really wish I could get your comments going over here. I don't know why. I'm going to try again. It's not seeing the post, but I realized when I posted this up here, I didn't put a title or a description or anything, did I? I just kind of threw the show up there. And that's why I can't seem to find it as a post anyway, it's just the way it works. It has to find a post, and then it knows where to draw the comments from. Oh, there's another way, and I'm going to try it, because why not? At this point, right? Just go for it, Bob. Bob Doyle Show is live now. Great. Where is that? Nope, don't press that button. I almost clicked the end live video button, which would have been, you know, just about right. So, people still watching this? This is like, all right. Bob Doyle Show. Yeah. I'm going to click that link, and I'm going to go to the Bob Doyle Show page. I'd share it with you, but if I put one more thing on the screen, the flames will shoot out of my computer, because now the stream is flashing. Oh, this is so painfully slow, because the CPU is just drawing all over my entire computer, so now even my browser is slow. This feels way more like a fan arena type of broadcast. Really super casual, because I really feel like this is just truly as close to a crash and burn as we can get, because it really feels like it is, in fact, burning. And I'm just copying and pasting. I'm really just trying to do the most simple things here, just so I can, maybe that's all I needed. All right, I'm going to try. This is just going to be this really goofy victory for me if this works, but we're gonna try. Put this in, click OK, click on, click go. Do I see your comments? Oh, look at that, maybe I do. Hey, all right, so look at that. We did something that actually worked. I think these are from this broadcast, right? No, this is from the old one. Or is it? I don't know anymore. How fast is my internet? Tommy, I have 30 upload. It's not that. It's a CPU issue. My CPU is at 98% right now. So something is going on in here. It's not my internet. I got plenty of bandwidth. All right. So I don't know if I'm looking at the right comments or not, because I don't think I am. I think those were the old ones. But how can that be? I know how it can be, because I clicked the other one. Where am I even? I don't even see me live right now. Where am I? Where are you watching this? What is going on? Oh, there I am. Oh, my screen looks terrible there. All right, we're going to try this again, because why not? I mean, forget anything I was going to do. Right now, when I look at the picture, I just see these streaming colored bars. Is that what you see? Do you see a show? What is happening? Let's go look at your comments. How much RAM do I have? I don't know. It's like 16 gigs or something. Come on. Show video URL. Copy. We're going to try this again. What are you seeing? My picture is all messed up. I wish I could show you. All right. Yeah, he calls this a show. He wants to do this live and on stage for people. All right, here we go. There. Now, view. We're going to see if we've got the right comments now. What is... I got nothing. Oh, wait, no. You, we see you. I see a show. Watching live. How much RAM do you have? I think we're here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so now the applause is deserved. Right, now we got we got it. We're good. So now we can start the show. with the music that's too loud for some reason. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You're watching The Bob Doyle Show. I'm your host, Bob Doyle. You may remember me from such films as The Secret, The Opus, Try It On Everything / The Tapping Solution, Beyond Belief, and one that is going to premiere in Vegas here in a week or so, and I can't remember the name of it. But hey, the point is, I've had some cameras in my face before, so I'm totally qualified to put camera in my own face, which is what I'm doing. 23 minutes late-ish. All right, so here we are. Like I said, it's the Bob Doyle Show, and whoops. And what we do here is we share people's comments. We have a fun time. We're a sense of community. We're a family. Right now, I'm getting. Even despite all that, you know what I felt? I'll tell you what I felt. Virtual hugs, except from Tom. Tommy was just bashing me with IT support. Check your RAM. Get a new computer. Get a life. What's wrong with you? Do you have electricity where you are? But everybody else was hugging me. I could feel it. And maybe, just maybe, that was how Tommy hugs. See, that might give it a nice, squishy, lovey feeling. All right. 1,000 emojis from Sarah. And look, we got emojis going like crazy over here. You want to see them? All you can see is the edge. The edge of emojis. The edge of emoji. Lady Gaga song, right? I think they made her change the words. All right, so hey, boys and girls. Speaking of boys and girls, did you see that segue? That comes from years of that's just polished practice right there. Don't attempt this at home. First of all, who saw Hudsucker Proxy? Does anybody know where the whole thing about, for kids came from? Well, of course, I just said it's from the Hudsucker Proxy. Ridiculous. That was the worst trivia setup ever. Here's the answer to a question. Here's the question. Don't! But did anybody see Hudsucker Proxy? Anyone? So see, Sarah, that's Edge of 17. I was doing Edge of Glory. See? A couple of edges. But believe me, Edge of 17 was also in my mind. I have a history with that song. It's one of those high school stories. And, when I've told my high school stories, I think at least twice, and by the way, I'm not going to tell this story now. But at least twice I've told stories, and I think it's about the same person. And this one is also about that person. So I'm just not going to, because the last time I told a story all about that person reached out to me on Facebook Messenger later that day. Hadn't seen it. It was just a coincidence, and I didn't bash this person. I just told a story of teenaged angst, that we all have had it. So, but yeah, that song. It was just another one of those things that impacted my my whole feeling about performance of music in general. Oh, okay, so I'm looking at comments, deciding which are worthy to share. No, I realize that sometimes I share those comments just because I feel like I should, and they're so out of context that nobody understands, except the person who posted it. But oh my God, this show, seriously, I always experience it twice, because when I watch it back, and now I remember the context of all the comments because it timed it out the right way, and you have no idea how many times I go, oh God, of course, right? Or yes, I was just talking, I'll ask a question, and then you'll answer it 25 seconds later, or you'll answer it right then. I'll see it 25 seconds later. I'll have no idea what you're talking about. Question. That was 8 lifetimes ago. I have moved on. Yeah, I'm not running any, so I'm going to share this anyway, but I'm not running anything else. This is as streamlined as it will run, but it is just, clearly I loaded something up into this show setup that's got a leak somewhere, and I don't know what it is. I have been playing with different things over the past few days, like VR Thursday, and it gets complicated, and I just need to probably go in and just clean things up. So now that we've established that. So wait a minute, I'm going to click the button again to show you this dude. Speaking of high school, this guy right here watching, he was also, he was something of a mentor to me, to be quite honest. I bet you never thought of that, did you, Bubba, if you're watching? That's what we called him then. I think he goes by Bob now. So we'll go with Bob. But yeah, when I played the mellophone, I was recruited, I believe, by him directly. And that was, and it turns out, playing mellophone in the marching band, that was like the one thing about high school I actually enjoyed. So kudos to Bob. Bing. Who also asked me today on my timeline if I continue to drink those juices, how do I plan on getting fat, tired, and sick and all that? Well, believe me, just willpower. That's what I want to be. I'll drink as much juice as I want, and I'll still end up that way. This is Bob Doyle from The Secret you're talking about. Okay, so where was I? Doesn't matter, does it? Let's just get into it. So the other day, like yesterday, we talked about how the show, we talked about the word whatever. That was fun, wasn't it? We had an awful lot of fun together yesterday, I think. I'm pretty sure. And that idea came from a discussion in the fan arena the night before, right? Where we're sitting around talking about, hey, what do we do on the show tomorrow? And that came up, as did a couple of other things. And I'm going to bring one or both of those things. Now, technically, I should be ending the show right now, but I'm just not gonna. I mean, let's face facts. I didn't even get started until 7 minutes ago. Oh, I'm sure there might have been some level of sick entertainment in what we will now refer to as the first 20 minutes. But, we didn't get much done, did we? A lot of complaining. Okay, so anyway, here's the plan, and now I'm really torn because I was coming in here with the full intention of focusing on the one about kids. That's why I called it, for kids. And it opens up a lot of fun creative potential for the group as a whole, and it brings in, it offers up an opportunity to bring in a whole new cast of characters and all kinds of fun stuff, a regular thing that we could do. It would add a whole new dimension to the show, if it takes off, but, But we can dream, right? But then there was the other one that was more kind of a life question, like yesterday, about, like, do you say whatever, and have you been on the receiving end of whatever? Same person, Sarah, brought up the question that I am really almost wanting to do first. But I don't know. I'll tell you what, we'll do the kids. We'll do the kids because that's what I promised. We'll talk about that for a minute and then we'll just see what happens. So the whole is the thing that you dig in your yard to plant a plant. Sorry, I just got distracted. Now I'm trying to remember what I was talking about. Yeah, so one of the ideas that I think Dawn threw out was bad titles for children's books. Okay, so that of course sparked also, it just sort of lit a fuse that went over to a bunch of little firecrackers and started going, oh, that's the beginning of something for sure. It tickled my, oh, well, this could get twisted. Funny bone, right? Bad titles for children's books. Right, and so the idea, throw it out. Now, but here's the thing. I said immediately, and you can go back and verify. You can fact check this. There needs to be another dimension to it. Can't just, because you could say anything that would be a bad children's title, right? I mean, Screwdriver. Yeah, that's a bad children's, but that's not what we're going for. We want, some humor. But here's the end of that sentence in 3, 2. 0.5. 1.5. 0. No, we need another element to make it more creative, because what I want to do is take the best children's titles, and then I don't remember who, it might have been Don also who said this, but do like mock-ups of the book cover. Now let's be with this for a moment, and let's really think about the creative potential here. Okay. Meanwhile, let me just pull up a note here, because I had all this up, but then my computer, of course, I had to restart everything. Didn't quite get to this part. But I just want to give you some parameters around the children's book titles. Now, we want it to be something that can be appropriately illustrated on a front cover. So, you have to be creative and not just outright, you know, inappropriate, because we need to create the book cover so that, you know, we're going to mock up the book. So that means that the title, am I asking too much of, you didn't know this was a creative writing class? Well, it is. The title needs to infer what the book is about so that there can be some illustrations there. Again, so you got to tap into a little bit more creativity on the thing. So, for example, nothing like diverticulitis and the severed scary ass clown head and Timmy, right? We don't know. I mean, I guess that's border. We might be able to get away with that one. I don't know how you do diverticulitis, but whatever. Now look, it could be things like things that you just create out of the blue, or you could use existing books like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, right? That's a terrible children's book, but you could illustrate that, and it'd be humorous, right? It's harmless, and it's a play on the real title. But it could also be just like Goldilocks sits in line at the DMV. Also a bad title, not based on the actual thing, but that would also be a pretty funny picture, right? So you think about it in two ways. One is the title funny, but then with the illustration, could the illustration to go with it be potentially as funny, right? So the Jimmy's Skull Collection. No, what is the book about is up to you, and that's inferred by the title, right? So it's not a specific children's book title. It is any children's book title, and then we're going to create the cover. Now, the original idea was that I, in all my graphic creative whatever, would create these mock-ups, right? And not for all of them, like for like the best two. But then I realized, okay, that's a fun idea, but do I really want to spend time doing that? No. What I want is for some artist to step up and be the Bob Doyle Show artist. The one who can mock up these things and have that, bring that style, a consistent look. Now, I'm also open to the idea of just letting a lot of people contribute different book titles and we just show them and there's a big museum of them. But I'm also in the back of my mind going, it would be really cool to have somebody who had could bring a consistent illustrative style to things related to the Bob Doyle Show. Like if we ever did a live event, they could do a poster that would be consistent with the style that people are used to from the illustrations that they see on the Bob Doyle Show. Am I making sense? It's called branding. So while we may, and it's something that the Bob Doyle Show absolutely has to start doing, by the way. So that's part of it. And what I like about that, you know, there's this consistency, and also if this artist helped support this artist, whoever this person is. But I also do like the idea of just people contributing their own stuff and seeing what evolves from that. Like I'm not attached to anything. I'm just playing with ideas of how it could progress. And I just think this is a fun idea because this definitely plays right there on my sense of humor. Okay, bad children's titles. Let's see how close to the edge we can get without going over. Now, Bruno, I knew you would step up well. I was expecting that you would step up as a potential contributor in the graphic piece of this, and I want you to. So we need to come up with some of these names. Now, we can't call a book the poo emoticon. Oh my God, I can't talk. So now I get the humor piece, but let's come up with some real titles, boys and girls. Stop snickering amongst yourselves with the inappropriate things and whispering back and forth on the table. You can do that after class. Right now, we have a limited amount of time together, and we need, Now, it may be that I thought this would be something that, you just pop in with, oh, here's a couple. But maybe you need some time to think about it. Maybe this is a pop quiz for sure. I hadn't been grooming you towards this. So, see, now we're talking. I want it up here so I can share it, but I'll just point to it right now. The little engine that could give a crap. See, I want to see the engine with the eyes rolling and the whole thing. See, that one paints that's exactly the kind of thing that qualifies. The little engine that could give a crap. I just think that's really funny. That is, way to go. Nice. Okay, and I like the illustrative potential of this one just to see his Tim Burton-y looking twisted face. Oliver Twisted. To see, that paints the Tim Burton thing right away for me. Doesn't it to you? Can't you just see the whole, the whole streets of England and, all the distorted stuff, and that's begging. Oliver Twisted is begging to be made. So see, I like that too. That's 2 for 2. What else we got? Let's look over here. I know I saw your work, Bruno. I know. That's why I knew you would step up. But this is a very specific type of thing, right? But I know I want to see what you do with any of those 2 titles so far qualifies, especially since we're not getting flooded with them. But that's okay, because it'll give me time to move on to subject number 2. Oh, almost choked. That wouldn't have been fun. You know those times when it's the liquid and it's just the wrong way, and you'll cough for like 10 minutes. It just hits just that one spot, and every cough makes it worse, and you think it's never going to end. Oh my God. You know when you get on the coughing spree where it's like every cough makes the next cough escalate, and you think, oh my God, this can only get worse. What's going to happen? What is the ultimate outcome of this? You know what I'm talking about? Scary Poppins, also good. Also brings up Tim Burton to me, but right? But that definitely, what could she be pulling out of that bag? Or just, what's the silhouette of what we see her pulling out of that bag? Just a spoonful of what? See, these, truly, they're being painted before my eyes. I just don't want to do them. I wish I could go, this is what I'm seeing, Bruno, do this. But then that takes the point out of bringing the artist's own interpretation into it. If I want to see it, Bob, then stop whining about it and just do it, Mr. Computer Graphics. See, boys and girls, that's an example of not talking lovingly to yourself. How many times do we do that to ourselves? See, I'm trying to get into Wednesday already. All right. One more. Let's do one more. And then I'm going to bring up this other topic. And I'll go whatever. Finish it out. One more. Winnie Pooh's. Okay, so something around Winnie and Pooh I like. You're all doing very good at taking the established ones and creating. But I also want to, like things that aren't based on an existing franchise, if you will, just truly, well, shoot. Unfortunately, the ones that are occurring to me cross the line. That, so that should tell you something. But whatever, I can't, because I'll regret it. I'll say, oh, I'll just say it now. Go, oh, that's going to end up in a clip somewhere, and no. All right, well, we'll move along. We'll move along. But feel free to continue to do this. And Bruno, you know what? Whatever your heart desires, you choose whichever one you want. And I'm going to put the call out, and I want everybody else to put the call out. This is open to everyone, because I want to see all kinds of different styles, right? Leanne, it's okay to get dark. Dark is good. It's fine. It's just, can we appropriately illustrate it? Like I think, scary clown stuff, that's, nobody wants to see it, but it, that's okay. But, we don't want too much overt violence, and certainly nothing inappropriate in other areas. We're just trying to have some fun here, boys and girls, with some children's book titles. You're doing a great job. So, the one occurring to you crosses the line too. Yeah. What I want to say is, well, I'll tell you what, we'll talk about those in the fan arena, but no, we can't talk about them there either. We just have to keep them to ourselves. It's just, yeah. Okay. Here's the hi, Alice. So here's the next one. And this was also brought up by Sarah. And it's the, when, it comes down to this question. When is it appropriate to, at least this is my take on it, and if Sarah, if this wasn't exactly what you came up with, this is just how it evolved in my head, but when is it appropriate to correct someone? All right, so an example, they're saying something, maybe they use a word wrong, they state a wrong fact. When is it appropriate for you to correct them? And the reason I ask that is because when we have to, we look at what are our motivations for correcting someone. Is it so that we can feel right? Is it because their wrongness is making us crazy, right? Or do we really need to correct them? And this was so Sarah brought this idea up, and I had just had an experience earlier that day where I was watching someone very passionately speak about something, and they used a word wrong that was so, it was so wrong. It changed the whole, from a word point of view, it was, you couldn't have made a worse choice. But you know what? Everybody knew what they meant. Everybody knew what they meant, including me, right? And so there are some people in the world who would have to correct them, right? They couldn't not say it's this, even though he communicated, or she communicated exactly what they wanted to. Maybe there was a little hiccup for everybody when they heard the word wrong, but everybody knew what they meant and had moved on. But then there's the person who's got to correct them. Now, there's the person who has to correct them in front of everybody. Well, we've got problems there. But even the person who has to go back at the end and go, you know what, it's really pronounced this. Who's that for? Now, you can tell yourself it's to help this person or whatever. That's you inserting yourself. I'll make this guy's thing better. Nobody asked you, right? Now, if he'd asked you, hey, were there any words I mispronounced? You say, well, as a matter of fact, this one, right? But what drives us to go correct people? And when is it appropriate? Because if the correction is in any way about getting you more comfortable, then I would submit that it's not necessarily inappropriate. Because think about how, like as kids, we might get corrected by a parent in a way that seems totally harmless and like the parent was trying to help, but our kid brain makes it mean something totally different. Let's say you draw a picture of something. You show the picture, and they point out what's missing in the picture, as opposed to seeing that you did the rest of it, right? A kid can very easily make that mean, I'm a terrible artist, I can't draw, I can't do anything creative, and I'm not going to try. So, especially if you've got somebody who is passionate about what they're talking about, like this person was, to go up and correct them is just, really? Right? I mean, you get to be right, and then they get to think about, I did it wrong or whatever. You don't know how they're going to take it, but you just got to get it out. And, you know, I guess what I'm just inviting you to do is, if you're a person who might from time to time cross that line for whatever reason, I would just really ask you to think, do I need to do this? Loretta says, like when your date orders salmon, when it's on the verge of embarrassing or hurting themselves. So this is like the answer, like when is it appropriate? And I think that the time that it's appropriate is when harm can be done by this mistake that could be easily corrected with some input. You know, if what they're saying is truly dangerous, not because you think it's dangerous or it could incite danger or whatever, but like that's you. But like they're giving wrong information that you know, it's dangerous to themselves or others, then absolutely. I think that's one of the few times that it is absolutely appropriate, because that's not about you. That's about the well-being of someone outside of you, right? And so that's totally different. One moment, this is going to get lukewarm. I just have to stop talking for a second. Yeah, as long as they get their meaning across. And yet I know that, like, you know, we joke with Dawn because she's one of those people who gets very easily, you know, agitated by typos, incorrect uses of words and things like that, right? Like, it just gets under her skin. There are just people who are like that. And I guess it's an invitation. Like what's the angst about? Like, why does it drive you crazy? What is it that gets triggered in you, that the fact that they mispronounce something or they say something wrong, why is that something that you take so personally that you must go correct it? Now, I don't have the answer for you because it's going to be individual. But just know that it probably is something inside you that maybe it would serve you to take a look at for future use. Dawn will watch the replay eventually. She's on the go right now. So wait, hold on a second. It's not, I can't share it with you yet, but well, I can this way. So Leanne says, for my first 3 years in Germany, I was saying good naked. Because you were saying the language. See, sometimes it's just me saying it out loud. Good naked instead of good night, very similar in German, and no one told you. Yeah, so I guess embarrassment qualifies. Like if you know that this person is going to be consistently embarrassed, that's looking out for them. You know, and truly for them, right? That's not about you, I hope. I mean, if it drives you crazy that they say good naked, okay. But I'm sure everybody was getting a great laugh out of that. All right? I'm not correcting her. Are you kidding me? Let's see how long she'll do this. This is great fun, right? Yeah. All right. All right. Well, I think at this juncture, I'm going to see if this iPad has any power. It doesn't. So I wonder if this will work. Wait, how do I start the theme? There's a way. I did it. I guess you hear it. I don't know. Well, look at that. Technically, we've been together for 52 minutes. about 30 of that has been Bob Doyle show-ish. Well, I guess the first part is Bob Doyle show-ish too, but, you know, not in the way I wanted it to. I never have a sense, because this music's coming from the computer and not an external device, I have no control over the volume and I don't know how loud it is. So I guess I'm just going to end this. So thank you all for being you all, because without you all, I wouldn't be me, y'all.